Hey, it's Don, the Auction Professor here. I wanted to address some letters that other subscribers have sent me copies of that came from eBay. Now, I talk to people all over the globe. I share information. I talk to them. I hear what's going on over there. I've gotten to be fairly decent friends with several people overseas, and they've shared some of these internal letters that are sent out to other sellers in other countries. I'm going to pop and we're going to show you one right now. I'll read it real quick. Dear member, I hope this finds you well. We are emailing to inform you that effective May 8th, 2019, we will be ceasing our current concierge customer service support, of which you have been a member. From that day onward, you will be supported by our general support team when phoning, chatting with, or emailing our customer service team. And after one of the subscribers received this, they actually emailed them back. The response basically was they've trained all of their standard customer support staff, and they'll be more than able to handle every issue that they have, and there won't be much of a wait time like there had been in the past. Personally, I don't buy that part. You know, we know for sure that they're cutting off promotional and money to areas that they don't need to spend it on. They're cutting expenses at all costs these days. This is just another way for them to save some money by not offering this service. Now, for those of you who don't know what Concierge Service is, it's a dedicated phone service for those countries that are close by, that handle their service quickly and effectively, answer quickly, and do other extra services for them. In this country, the US, it's basically the same thing as what you get from your dedicated customer support with your anchor store. I have had them do everything that the Concierge Service offers, including answering the phone when I've called, and them saying Concierge Service on many occasions. So it's got to be the same basic thing from everything that I see. I don't see any difference. It's the same thing you get with every anchor store or above, and it's something that I personally value. I was so sick and tired of waiting on the phone prior to having that. Sometimes we'd be on hold for 60 minutes to talk to somebody. Obviously, we'd have the phone down and on speaker, but it's the principle of that. With the anchor store service, I call, I get the same basic people all the time. I know stuff about them. They know who I am. You know, it's a quick couple minutes to get an answer, the whole works. So it's been a great thing. If that's what they're doing over there in England and in Australia, they could be working their way over here. Those markets are ones that they test all of their things that go over here first. The concierge service started in England first, from all accounts. It was first offered there, and then it was rolled out in other countries, including the US. The same thing with Australia. So it's something that scares me, that if they got rid of it from us, they'd either, one, be doing it for cost-saving benefits, or that they would pull it out from our service and then offer it as a secondary service. So basically, they wouldn't include it with an anchor store, and then maybe they'd charge us to have that service. It obviously costs them money to have extra staff because it's basically two facilities. So who knows what they're planning? We know for sure that they've been cutting costs. They've been announcing all these changes. So this, to me, could be a very bad issue if they start to do this across the globe. I do feel bad for those who've had the service in England. You're talking thousands of people had this service. Same thing with those in Australia. It could be detrimental to them keeping some customers on, you know. So for me, this is a bad sign when they're cutting off necessities for people like me that need this quicker service or need the ability to talk to someone who will get it done right the first time. It's just, you know, could be a detrimental thing to my business. Now, I don't rely just on eBay. As I said, I do love eBay. We've been on it since day one, basically. But we sell across the internet. I don't just rely on eBay at all anymore because of things like this. I always say, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. This is a perfect example. It would be detrimental to some extent if I couldn't just call when I had an issue and had to sit down for 60 minutes, because I never know what's going on in a 60-minute time frame. I may not be able to sit on a phone for 60 minutes. So anyway, this is just another one of those daunting things that really bothers me about what's going on with the market and the whole atmosphere. One other factor that all ties into this is the gross merchandise volume, which is the GMV. The amount of merchandise that changed hands on eBay is down. The revenue is up. We know they cut costs, as I said before, so they're pulling out more cost and more revenue from us. They are making more from advertisements. They're not, though, putting as many third parties on there, but they are making more from advertisements. And the only other option that would be actually making more money from us through promotions, which we know they are doing. So anyway, this just doesn't seem like a proper decision to make if that's what happens here in another 6 months or next year, to cut away services that we value. It would not be a good experience for most people. For those who haven't had it and are only dealing with the phone support you get standard, I know I hear complaints about that constantly. I would not want that service. I personally value my Anchor store support, my US-based support. That is a valued factor in why I have an Anchor store. An Anchor store does cost $300 a month, while my Amazon account only cost me $39.99. So there might come a point where I'm selling more on Amazon and eBay might not be important. So if they keep doing these factors, they could lose more and more people. So anyway, I just wanted to call this information out here. Before I let you go, I just want to shout out another thing here. There's another setting you're probably going to change. eBay has now activated for all US sellers the automatic relist option for returns and cancellations. So let's say something was returned because the buyer clicked buyer remorse and they sent the item back to you. The minute it's returned to you and the refund is issued, eBay automatically relists that item for you. So you're going to want to go in there and change that so that does not happen. And the main reason why is if somebody returns something and returns the wrong item trying to scam you, it's automatically going to relist unless you go in and do something. Most people are not aware of this. In fact, everybody I've talked to was not aware of this. eBay does talk about the basics in the actual update, but they don't cover all and when, ifs, and all the other aspects of it. It's already live. It's already going on. I've already changed my setting. There's actually a radio button in preferences and settings in your hub. You can get to it as well, but I would go in and do it because you're going to end up having something relisted that maybe you don't want or was returned as a different item. You know, you don't want that happening. So that will cancel that out. Let's just hop over to the screen right now just for a second here, and I'll show you what is and isn't covered under that automatic relist. Now here's an article. This is from TameBay. If you don't know what that is, they do discuss a lot of issues and post things usually before most people notice it, in all honesty. It's a site that I do follow. Here's the article basically on it. If you click change mine when it's returned, it's automatically relisted. Now we'll slide down here just to show you the basics on it. For cancellations, when the buyer has asked the seller to cancel, it will automatically relist the minute you cancel it. When the seller cancels the sale for buyer request cancels or problem with buyer's address, it will automatically relist that item as well too, without even asking you. They'll send you a little notice, an email notice. If you've got your notifications off, you will not see that either. And for returns, it says buyer changed their mind as the reason it will automatically be relisted. It just says such as. It does not say that is the only reason they will automatically relist items. Again, if you have that option checked, which everybody does, it will automatically relist items that may not be the correct item returned to you. So it is urgent that you jump in there and switch that actual setting. It's under preferences. It's an easy one to find. So anyway, that's about it on this. So again, this could be a major issue for those who get more returns than others, such as clothing sellers, because eBay could include many different options and why they would automatically relist it. Again, this is a money grab as far as I would say, automatically forcing everybody to do this without giving them the option immediately. So again, go change that setting right away. Well, there you go. That's what I have for you today. Hopefully that gave you some ideas and some thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell a friend.